Good afternoon. This is Jeffrey Hartmeyer with the Hager Development Group. I am one of the master trainers with the Michigan Army National Guard. And today I have another video for you. We're going to do some myth busting here. So let's get started. First, we're going to look at the myth. We can't recruit because of COVID-19. The world is temporarily closed. Things have halted, and therefore we're unable to effectively recruit anymore. Let's see, can we bust this myth? Some of our perceived problems are schools are closed. That is a true fact. Most are either virtual or limited access inside. We have called all of our school lists. Therefore we have utilized that to its max. Where am I going to go? Kids don't care about what we offer. It's never been like this before. Other businesses offer more than the National Guard. These are some of the perceived problems that I have heard throughout the region from recruiters. So how can we bust this myth? Some solutions. First of all, access has always been denied to schools. That problem is nothing new. There has always been recruiters that have created issues with the schools, i.e., they are doing inappropriate things, and therefore all branches of the military get kicked out of that specific school. And because of that, they can no longer recruit juniors and seniors like they traditionally do. Now, market shares in those schools still have always been met. So, access inside of the school is not the driving force to contracting your high school students. It helps, but you still can do it through proper prospecting. Now is the time to start a static marketing program. To make up for you not being able to be in a school, you need to have a static marketing program. You need to make sure that you're going in a radius around that school and marketing yourself as the face of the military, that you are a one operation program. You are it. You are better than the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, everybody. You are the one that they need. You need to set up that marketing program. You are accessible more than any of them. You need to connect online. You need to use any form of social media you have to connect with them. Phone calls are fine, but you need to branch out into other forms. Connect online. Leverage your friends and their connections for referrals. Referral-based recruiting or prospecting is the most effective form there is. You will contract more off of referrals than you will off of any other arbitrary form of prospecting. So therefore, you need to leverage your friends and their connections by getting that connection to someone and already have that confidence built in and credibility with you as a recruiter because of that friend. So you need to leverage that. You are selling a lifestyle, not a job. McDonald's gives you a job. Chick-fil-A provides you a job. We provide you a lifestyle. There is so much more. You have been in a unit. Those of you that have been around more than a day have been in a unit, and you know the benefits of that unit. You know what you have to offer to that prospective applicant. You need to share that with them. You need to share your experiences. What has it done for you? You need to do that. Going back to the connecting online, you need to go and use that and the static marketing program by conducting interviews of yourself and posting that onto your social media so that you're more than just words on that social media site. You are a video that they can watch of you doing just what I said. You're sharing about that experience that you have had. Your testimony about your experience in the Michigan National Guard is second to none. No one else has that same experience you have. And hopefully, if you're a recruiter now, it's been a good experience. Otherwise, I think maybe you need to get out of recruiting. But you need to share that experience in a video on your social media site so others can see it. So looking at prospecting, this is a chart of the breakdown of prospecting. All right, prospecting is a recruiting function, operation, and critical task whereby a recruiter attempts to contact leads for the purpose of generating interest in the Michigan Army National Guard for enlistment. All right, the most critical part about this is the blueprinting. Blueprinting is being an intentional recruiter. You are prospecting intentionally. You know the demographics of the area that you work in. You know the contacts. You know the people. You then transfer that into what you're going to do for the day. You schedule out what you're going to do. You are going to specific locations every day. You know that. You have that set up. You have to be intentional. If not, you're setting yourself up for failure. There's 3 different methods that you can use: telephone, face-to-face, and virtual. There is no one of those processes that trumps everything else. People say, "Oh, I don't do that. I can't do that. It don't work." No, they all work. It's what you put into it. Garbage in is garbage out. They are all the same. They are all taking. In telephone and virtual, you have a name and a way to contact. Face to face, you are physically coming in contact with somebody. So that is your process that you have. You know no more about that individual. One and two of them, you have names and ways to contact. One of them, you physically have the person in front of you. You don't know them unless they're a referral. So it's all the same. Utilize what method you are able to. If you don't have a phone list, it's going to be difficult to do telephone calls. And it's even going to be difficult for you to do virtual. So face-to-face is the way you're going to have to go. Use what fits your situation, but you have to use it. The recruiter's objective during the prospecting is not to get a person to enlist, although sometimes you may get that. The main thing is to get them to sit down for an appointment so that you can tell them the benefits of what the Michigan Army National Guard is about. The methods of prospecting, like I said, telephone prospecting, it's very efficient. It's a shotgun blast. You got a list of people, you go ahead and you hit those phone numbers. But also, the flip side to that is you're going to get a lot of no answers. Line has been disconnected, wrong number. You may get the parent. There's a lot of different objectives that you're going to have to overcome. Objections to that. So you're going to have to work on that. Face-to-face prospecting, very effective. You're able to do a initial pre-qual on somebody because you are going to be able to profile that person, look at their physical status. Do they have big gauged earrings in their ears? Do they have tattoos on their face? Are they overweight? Do they have a missing arm or a leg? You can tell that before you even go up to them and talk to them. But it's a very effective thing. And you need to do it correctly. And some people aren't comfortable with that because they can't hide behind a computer screen or a phone. They're physically out there face to face with those people. Therefore, they're hesitant to do face to face. Very effective though. Virtual prospecting is becoming a bigger form of prospecting. It's very efficient. Like I said, you already have that contact aspect. And if leveraged right and you're going through things and contacting people from friends of yours, it is hands down, it's a way to knock it out of the park. So if you're doing your prospecting and you're setting up a plan, you will succeed during COVID. You will succeed. So let's look at a summary right now. No obstacle is too large to overcome. You can overcome COVID, shut down, not be able to go here, there, everywhere. You can do it. The drive of the individual to want to join will help you overcome that obstacle. There are people out there that want what you have. You have to be willing to try new things. You got to get out of your comfort zone. That's what it boils down to. You are going to have to get out of your comfort zone. Looking at this past list, there's individuals that haven't contracted since June and July of last year. They wrote 12, 13, 14 contracts, and now we're going on 3+ months, and they haven't contracted. It's time for you to get out of your comfort zone and do something. If you're not intentional, then you're just prospecting on the fly. You have to have a process. You have to have a method. You have to be intentional in what you're doing, or otherwise you're going to flounder. Work as a team. If things get difficult for you, by having someone next to you accountable for your actions and helping you to continue to drive forward and to drive on and continue to prospect and beat the path when there's nobody, no one's coming your way, you're not making appointments, whatever. But if you got someone there, you can help each other and lift each other up. Work as a team. This is a fact. Contracts aren't beating down your door. You have to go find them. You are not going to, unless you're an effective social media person, and even that you don't have to do in your office. You can do that at a Starbucks. You can do that at a restaurant, wherever you can sit down. And that way you start to canvas that area and do that static marketing by being out there in the face of the public. You need to do that also. But they're not coming and knocking on that armory door saying, I want to join. You need to go above and beyond. So take these tips, go out there, and you can kill it. There ain't no doubt about it. So I believe this myth is busted.